Game 1 started off with two amazing tower dives.
Yeah, that's like the new age Dignitas dive, from back in the day.
FlyQuest is going to be playing against G2. Is there any world where FlyQuest wins?
No.
No? That's what they said about NRG versus G2.
Yeah, but like...
I'm joined by Dhokla after some games against Immortals. You were just telling me how game 1 was good, game 2 was shaky. Game 1 started off with two amazing tower dives. So I wouldn't necessarily call it great, but what was your feeling when they tower dive you, you get a kill, then you guys try to tower dive, and then they get a kill?
Yeah, okay, so so I had a ward to see them swapping early, so I'm like, there's a wave on my tower. I can't necessarily leave. I mean, I could leave, but then it's like, it's just not a good scenario. So I'm like, I'm just gonna die for like the wave. And thank God they messed it up. I was gonna try to preemptive E the Leona Q. I'm like, and it didn't. Like I pressed it a little bit late, so she started tanking, and she had no flash. So I'm like, oh my God! And then in comms they're like, Leona flash. I'm like, all right, well, let me just kill her. I got first sweat, and that was like the best scenario that could have possibly happened in that case. So for me, it was like, okay, that was like actually really good. Turned out really good from like a really bad scenario. And then yeah, I saw the bot dive. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like we literally just gifted him a free kill. I don't think there's any universe where we could have killed him, but it's all good. I mean, they we traded blenders for top and bot, so whatever. I was like, whatever. I mean, I got first sweat. I don't really care.
Yeah, it was hilarious to watch just because it was like, okay, Jax is going to be a problem. So they're really going to shut down this Jax. They're doing a good job, but like putting you in a difficult position. And then that happens, and they're like, okay, well now they're really recomposing themselves. They're going to kill the Renekton and get some plates, and then that happens. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's like the new age Dignitas dive, from back in the day. It's like the new age one. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be part of that meme, but it happened. I honestly, I wasn't part of it. I was on the other side, so.
That's true. Yeah. You were on the winning side of that meme. What about game 2? The let's just start from the comp itself. It seemed like a very hard comp to play when they have Ivern. You have like Sejuani with no melees, and it's just like they have an answer to everything you do as long as they don't stand mid with their AD no flash and get as your ulted and die. Like there's not much you guys can do. What was the feeling behind it?
It was. I mean, on the flip side, they also don't have engage, so it's like even if they can, counter our engage, like they can't actually like fully progress a game unless Lucian is just like super far ahead and he can just dash forward without like dying, or if you play like Elk, maybe you can just play this comp. But yeah, I mean, I think we just messed up a bunch of our engages where like Lucian had no flash or cleanse, and then we weren't able to punish on those timers where we have Ash Arrow, Callisto, my ult with card. I mean, I blundered a bit with my cards. I flashed on the wrong person. It was like really cringe. So I think we had a bunch of opportunities to progress the game, and we just couldn't find the angles in the game. So it was pretty hard, and then it stalled out. So yeah.
What does NRG need to like work on? I know this was a win and should be more of a positive, interview, but it did feel like Immortals could have closed out that game too, and that there are things that NRG really needs to work on. Where do you think the biggest like gap in knowledge or gameplay that NRG needs to fix?
I think it's mid-game side laning, or like when we're actually gonna use our pressure from like this game. I was winning bot lane, but I wasn't able to really like translate my moves into like objectives. Like the mid tier 1 was up for quite a long time. So just really playing with pressure. And then at least for me that game, I think that was the biggest thing for me. And then just in general, I think we've been much better on like our swap scenarios, but still need to figure them out and just really be consistent. I think that's one thing we struggle with, just being consistent all the time in terms of like swapping, and then like the bot dive, like that's really just a flip. Like we didn't have a good answer, so we just looked for the bad play when we needed to be better at like problem solving what we were going to do in those sequences. So just just problem solving in the moment and just side lane pressure. Yeah.
All right. Moving on from the game, I have a game called Rank These 5 Pros Blind. So I have a bunch of like random pro players from 4 major regions, and yeah, just one by one, I'll pick out one. If I was there, I would have you pick it out, but just rank them blind. So the first one is Zoom.
Zoom, JDG Zoom. Put him at like 4.
4, okay. All right, next we got Kobe.
Kobe.
Yeah, he used to be a player.
That's 5.
5? Dang, man, he used to be a CLG player.
I know.
Next we got Yankos.
Yankos. We'll put him at 2.
Okay, 2. Next up, we got Sven.
Sven, I'll put him at 1.
All right. Lastly, watch it be like a Faker or a Chovy or a Knight. We got Spica.
Okay, well, he's 3, right? I think.
Yeah. Oh, that was not bad at all.
That's a pretty solid list if you think about it.
Yeah, you also got 4 LCS.
Yeah, quite accomplished. Janko. I mean, Yankos, Sven could be interchangeable depending on like how you look at their time in EU and
Yeah. Oh, you're right. It's 3 LCS because there's Yankos, but at least you didn't get like a Chovy at the end or a Xiaohu or something.
I was hedging my bets there. I was like, all right.
I think was it was Contracts who ended up putting Dardoch second or something like that because he had to go there.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. There's going to be like 21 days of just no gameplay, and obviously you guys are playing scrimming, but are you guys taking any like days off or what's the plan?
I don't know our scrim schedule yet, but I don't think there's gonna be too many days off. Last time we had a break, we were still like scrimming like 5 times a week. So it's not technically like a vacation or anything like that. We're still scrimming, we're just not playing on stage. But I think outside of that, we might have 1 extra day off a week, and that's it. So for me, I'm just looking forward to just trying to improve as much as we possibly can in between this break. So I'm really glad that we got a win today to relieve some of the pressure. But now it's time to come out looking like a new team after the break. So is just the beginning for it.
I hope so. The other thing with the scrim is going to be a little bit weird because Team Liquid and FlyQuest aren't going to be there. So it's like your 2 probably best scrim partners aren't there.
Yeah.
Does that affect?
Well, we haven't scrimmed FlyQuest like this whole split so far because they had like a 1 cancel thing on us. And then after that, we played them in week 2. So and then after that, we only had 2 days of scrims before our match today. So yeah, honestly, we probably weren't even going to scrim them. Well, now that they're going, we're definitely not scrimming them. So maybe when they come back, we'll get to them. But I think C9 is a really strong opponent. I think. So yeah, there's still good teams, but I don't really think it matters who we play. It just we have to clean up what we're doing first.
FlyQuest is going to be playing against G2. Mm-hmm. Is there any world where FlyQuest wins? No. That's what they said about NRG versus G2.
Yeah, but like, it'd be an upset. Let's just say that. I don't think they're favored to win.
Okay, that's fair. I had an interview with Contracts, and I put like the thumbnail was a picture of Contracts, and there's a little bit of text where like Contracts is still, he's not worried about NRG, and then G2 like literally 1 minute after I post it, the G2 page responds, "We weren't worried either," and look where that got us.
Yeah, their social media is pretty funny. I did like the banter before our match, and then especially after our match too. They played it off well. So yeah, a lot of props to their social team.
All right, I think those are all the questions I had for you. Thank you for doing this interview, and hopefully we see a new revitalized NRG, except when you're playing against Shopify.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
All right, bye. I really, really can't believe Immortals lost that game too. That was crazy, man. Yeah, you could tell. I did talk to Inera about it. The interview should be coming out tomorrow. But as you saw towards the end, FlyQuest is going to be playing against G2, and Dhokla has no faith. I mean, come on, you're an NRG guy. You should be the guy that has faith, right? Oh well. But yeah, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, so Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, I will be talking about the Esports World Cup, whether I'm watching it or not, what like my thoughts on it, and just adding a perspective towards it, from just explaining the whole situation, why some casters said yes, why some casters said no, why some people were like attacking casters or speaking against the casters that did decide to take the bag. I mean, it was rumored that it was like $20,000 to do this event, so there's a lot to talk about. So I will be streaming on Wednesday, 3 p.m. EST. Come hang out if you want to add your thoughts, your opinion, your perspective, or you just want to hear mine. I will be live streaming here on YouTube and on Twitch.